if I have you demonstrate how to play back a clip and you do this, you got it wrong. Does everyone understand that? I mean, sorry, like I'm talking to a class. So, Tim, were you able to see
Yep.
to see the button? Okay. So, look at that. I'm telling you what you need to know, and I'm trying to keep you out of the pitfalls. Selecting the internal mic. All right. Now, over here, I'm gonna try to angle it. Where it says INT, that's for your internal mic. That's for the mic that's built into the camera. So that mic is built in right here, right next to the LCD screen. Okay. So you have that mic with you at all times. You know, whatever. Now, if you have it switched to I don't know, input 1 or input 2, that uses the XLR connections. I'm going to switch this around, okay? Your XLR connections are here. And you see right here, we got nothing plugged in. And here, this is part of the wireless pack, but we don't have a microphone connected to it right now. So if you had it, say, for input 1 or input 2, guess what? You're not getting any sound. So you need to watch out for that. So I'm going to snap my fingers right next to the microphone, and on the little VU meter, you're going to see nothing because nothing is getting recorded, okay? So that's why this doesn't move. Now I'm going to switch it to internal. I'm just going to move the switch all the way to the top. And now, when I snap my fingers, you're seeing some movement. And are you able to? Okay. So that's one thing you need to know. So if you have like a microphone that you got connected to the camera and all that, then use input 1, input 2, whatever. Okay. Also, you can have that correct with the microphone being on the internal microphone, but you can still not get sound. How is that possible? Well, I'll answer that for you. So, for where it says, let me get my memory back. Okay, here we go. So over here where it says auto and manual, okay? Let's just keep it on auto, and that's how I'm going to test you. I want your for your audio levels to be on auto, okay? The reason why I don't want you to have it on manual is because when you switch to manual, you might get sound, you might not. But if someone messed around with these dials right here and lowered them, let me move this to 0. So I just moved these tiny little dials here to 0. Maybe somebody's hand bumped it while they were messing around with the focus or something. Anyway, somehow it got to 0. So I still got my internal mic, but now I've got it set to manual, and this is down to 0. So when I snap my fingers using the internal mic, can you see this? I'm not getting anything, okay? Now watch this. I'm going to gradually, I'm just going to move that dial up again. Okay. And now I've got my audio back. I didn't press any switches or anything. That was just the manual control settings. And you don't need to be doing all that in most cases. So that's why I just say keep it on auto. So I'm going to switch this back to auto. All right. What's next? All right. So at this point, if you were taking the exam, what I would do is I would have all that jacked up. You'd be seeing black and white, out of focus stuff. SD cards won't record. Not getting any audio. That's what it's going to be like when you take the exam. So it's going to everything's going to be jacked up, and you got to figure out how to fix it. Okay. Now, once you got to that point about the audio levels, I'm going to take a look at the camera. I'm going to inspect it, make sure you got those settings correct, and then we're going to go to a second part, which is a lot shorter. So now we're going to check for the full auto switch. So before when you take the exam, the full auto switch is going to be off. Okay. The reason why I prefer it that way in the beginning is because the full auto switch deals with what your gain and maybe shutter speed, and it basically fixes a lot of problems for you. Doesn't fix everything. I don't think it deals with focus, but it fixes a lot of problems for you. So I'm not trying to teach you just hit full auto and don't worry about anything else ever again, because you're still going to have problems. But anyway, for your full auto switch, it is located right here, okay? So if you want to have your full auto switch on, you just basically move this up. So, and for your exam, I want you to have, when it's all said and done, I want you to have the full auto on, okay? Basically, think of it like this way: have full auto on, but if it doesn't do what you want it to do, take it off and then make the adjustments manually. So that's kind of my way of thinking that you should approach it. So, moving on from that, resetting all camera settings. Now here's something that could happen. Maybe the camera's not recording, or maybe it's just doing something just real funky. I don't know what it could be. It could just be something weird, all right? Now, if you want to deal with that, so if you want to deal with that, you can go to your menu button. So I'm going to show you this. So you go to menu, and you go down to system. And you go all the way down near the very bottom is the thing that says reset all. And you go ahead and click that. And I'm not going to push the final button, but that's how you do that. So, or let's just say you were messing around, and it's okay. Well, no, it's not. You were messing around and you accidentally did something. It's like, oh man, I don't know how to fix this. It's messed up. You can go to the reset all and fix it that way. So I'm going to press cancel to get out of that. And if you did press the reset all button, it would I think it blinks black for a second and then it comes back. So, and finally, adjusting the record format. I've been meaning to get this out of the test for a while, but I just haven't gotten rid of it yet. But if you need to adjust, say, if you need a different record format, say AVI, MOV, whatever. Here's how you adjust it if you need to do that. So you go to the menu button again. You go down to, boy, I think I forgot. Maybe it's, I can't remember, camera function? Nope, that's not it. Maybe it's system? Okay, yeah. Menu button, system, record set, record format, and then you have the options of QuickTime MPEG 2, AVC HD, QuickTime H.264, also known as MP4. So this is where you have the options to adjust your record format. If you know that you need to have it in a particular format, that is how you change it. So it's not going to be necessary every time you pick up a camera. So moving on to the at the bottom of the sheet here, and I'm just see if I can post it up like this. Oh, look at that! A $3,000 paper holder.
Paperweight.
So the last one way that I want you to think about this exam is, like I said, this is a troubleshooting exam. So you need to be able to solve all of these problems. So if your footage is really grainy, what causes that? You know what causes that? When you have low lux on. So I'm gonna tell you the answers, but you're gonna have to remember this when it's actually time for your equipment exam. So when the footage is grainy, what do? You don't press zebra stripes because that's not gonna help you. You don't press focus or autofocus because that's not gonna help you. What do? You deactivate the low lux button or the low lux feature. If you aren't getting audio, what do you check? Well, you have to check to see if you're getting the internal mic. Okay, well, great. It's on internal mic, but I'm still not getting anything. Well, then check your audio levels to make sure that you have it switched to auto instead of manual. So that's how you would fix that one. If you're trying to use the top record button, then what causes that? The record hold button. So if you're trying to use it and you can't press the record button down, does that mean you need to press harder? No. What you need to do is flip the switch from hold to record. So that's how you fix that. Oh, can't zoom in, can't zoom out. So that is Zacchaeus, you mind if I borrow the camera for a second? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking. All right. So that record hold thing was right here. I hope, you know, see, I'm trying not to move too much. Eesh, look what I just did. All right. Oh, can't zoom in, can't zoom out. So that means that the, you know, for your zoom options, you must have had it on, manual instead of servo. And that option is right here at the front of the camera. And when the camera won't record, once again, that's the SD card. And if you have this little tab moved up, you can record. If it's moved down, then this is like in save mode and you cannot record. And it'll say record inhibited. So these problems you will have for the equipment exam